There is a growing appreciation of entrepreneurship in our society and the world at large because it speaks to issues of concern in society. But don't get me wrong, entrepreneurship is first and foremost about business. And around us, almost everyone is involved in one form of business or the other. Could this be because all of us have available tools that we have at our disposal through social media? And yours truly thinks so. Now, for example, take a look at our online commercial spaces. There are so many of them. If we were to transpose them into physical spaces, we won't find enough space for residential purposes. And you listening to me right now will definitely not have enough space to sleep, let alone a place for stashing your high heels and Jordans. But I digress. What I mean is you no longer need a physical space where you have to pay rent in order to showcase your goods. All you need is a social media account and your contact details, and voila, you are in business. Now, to get the goods to the customers requires the items to either be delivered or picked up. And in our part of the world where our address systems are still being discussed with our ancestors, delivering packages can be a bit of a Greek marathon. I'm talking about one of those marathons done without shoes. It can be really frustrating, leaving both delivery men or women and recipients at their wits' end. The solution? Spoiler alert, Parcel Lockers. What are they? Parcel Lockers are safe, secure and convenient solutions to package delivery and retrieval. They receive deliveries from couriers with packages from friends, family and online businesses. With this service, recipients need not worry about theft or misplaced parcels because their packages are safe and secure until they are picked up. And so whether you are an individual or a business, owning a parcel locker will considerably simplify and ease the way you do business. In the era of the AfCFTA, that is the African Continental Free Trade Area, having a cross-border strategy is necessary to grow your business. Now, someone is going to have to answer that question when we return. His name is Godwin. With us in the studio today is Godwin Ejapong, founder and CEO of Locker. You are welcome, Godwin. How are you?
I'm doing very well. How about you?
I'm good. So we're here to discuss a few things around your business. This is Business One-on-One. But before our discussion, Anita has prepared a feature we would like to call A Day in the Life of a CEO. Now, if that thing is ready, shall we take a listen?
Remember how long you had to wait at a location for that friend to drop off a package? And how very quickly the "I'll be there in 10 minutes" became 1 hour. And then you ended up wasting your entire day? Well, Locker is here. And it's here
to simplify the way pick up and then deliver items.
Founder and CEO of Locker, Godwin Ejapong, believes in working smart and not hard. And so he's always trying to find ways to make complicated issues much easier. And this is the attitude that led him to start Locker.
So I'm too lazy to do hard work. So my job has always been to find the easiest and the best ways to do things. And the motivation behind the brand Locker is to take a very, very unique situation and make it simple for a very unique problem, and then create a simple solution that solves that problem in a bigger scope.
Aside from his job as CEO of Locker, Godwin works as a project manager for a non-profit organization, and so he has to juggle both roles. In addition to that, he is based in the United States but has to oversee the duties of employees here in Ghana, in China, and in India, all the while taking note of the various time zones. But a typical day for him is
making sure all the systems are working right, making sure everybody, all of the employees, the engineers know what they are doing or they have to do, and then just monitoring pickups and drop-offs to make sure everything is working the way it's intended to.
While other entrepreneurs have to deal with challenges regarding funding or finding clients, Godwin's biggest challenge is working in Ghana.
Working in Ghana, from internet providers to government agencies to all sort of things. That is not written in any book. So all those are mostly surprising. That you start something and then the next thing you hear, there's an agency here that you need to sign up with. There's an agency here that you need to sign up with. And then sometimes you actually try to do the right thing by just following up with what those agencies have said. And then you realize that those agencies are actually in another conflict with other agencies. So you're caught in the middle of two bulls fighting. And obviously you're the ground, so you will suffer.
But his quest to solve problems serve as a source of motivation.
I'm in a unique position to see things differently and to find the best and the simple solutions to fix those. And I actually think I love problems and I love solving problems. And what drives me when it comes to Locker is my vision to connect Africa to the rest of the world.
Choosing Locker assures you of a safe, convenient, and timely way of receiving or sending packages.
With our research that we've done and our surveys that we've done, we know that this is a needed service. We think because our addressing system doesn't work, this is one of the best solutions. Just drop it off in a central location where most people already meet to pick up stuff. But this time you don't have to wait for the person to get there because we know our people. They'll tell you they'll be there in 5 minutes. They won't be there in 5 minutes. Just leave your item there and then go away.
Godwin, how are you?
I'm doing good.
So welcome.
Thank you.
You just said you're lazy, but you work from the US in how many countries? Like several countries. And how does a lazy person do such?
Well, it's something that I say, that I'm too lazy to do hard work. So always looking for easier ways to do things. And I always, like when I tell my bosses that, I'm like, it's not like I'm lazy, but there are better ways to do things that would take you too long to do. So just finding them, it's one of my passions.
Okay. So, I mean, we are in a world today where people do so many things. You know, you have time for your passion, you've got time for work as well. You have background in music and you're a certified project manager.
Yes.
So how did you go from there to running your own business?
So I completed Accra Academy in 2007. I was interested in music. So I had this vision where I thought Nigerian music was going to take over in the next 10 years. So I wanted to be in there. So I pursued it till 2010 when I covered the African Music Awards in Nigeria. What I wanted to do was to connect Ghanaian musicians to, Ghanaian musicians to Nigerians. So one of the things that I did even before I stopped music was Cabo Snoop. So I was kind of like responsible for bringing Cabo Snoop to Ghana.
Right.
Yeah, the idea was to have Cabo Snoop do a feature with, I think, Ziggy, then in Lynx. It didn't work out for me, so I gave up, went to the U.S. In 2011, went to college in 2012, played soccer in school. Then after college, I studied communication and international business, and I went into aviation.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a lot of things.
Yes.
So that gave you the, the background for what you're doing now.
Not necessarily. So my first job itself was in 2015, working for San Francisco International Airport as the badging coordinator. Or what that means is everybody who has to get a badge to work in the airport needed to come through me. And that was a lengthy process. It's a process that took about a month or two to get a badge. So I reduced that process to 2 weeks.
Oh,
because
wow.
everybody has to go through me. So like I said, I'm too lazy to wait.
Yeah.
And then my bosses wanted people to work. So I think that is when I discovered I love making things complicated easier.
Right.
And when I'm allowed to do, I do them.
So you're very comfortable in the innovation space.
Yes.
Right. So how easy or difficult was it starting your own business, talking in terms of startup capital, support, etc.?
So, from what I've said so far, it sounds like I have way too many ideas and way too many things to do. And I have the habit of starting something and not finishing it, from music to other stuff. So to answer your question, it took time. I think when COVID came, and I didn't have a job again. and I was unemployed. What I was doing was driving Uber. A friend of mine, Jude, called me and was like, "Oh, you always have ideas. You never see them through. This time, I want you to do this one." Well, he wanted me to do another company that I wanted to start, which is Status Quo. What that was supposed to do was, if you wanted to start a business in Ghana, or wanted to build something in Ghana, instead of you to come like the way I do, you can have someone here and then deputize the person to do it.
Right.
But I told him that is a much more complicated problem to solve. The easiest problem we can solve and the easiest business to start right now was Locker. So he was like, "Okay, you just started. If you need business capital, I will walk you to the bank, and then I will co-sign your loan for you." So that was how it started. That was the motivation. So I went home, started watching videos on how to break things down. I watched Vusi, I think he's a motivational speaker in South Africa. I listened to him. I watched a whole lot of videos, knew what I needed to do, and then I just started. For the 3 months, I believe I was spending about 16 hours in front of the computer, researching, looking at stuff, trying to figure out how things were going in terms of the locker space. So it wasn't, I would say it wasn't difficult because, I mean, there was nothing to do for me.
I was going to ask you what the motivation is behind your brand, but then you're talking about these motivational speakers, and I, thought they're nothing to write home about. But there, you're saying they help,
No.
and one helped you,
Yeah.
and one has been a motivational force to your innovation.
So Vusi, he's a business communicator, I should call him. So what he does is he talks about how to create a successful business. So one thing I knew was I didn't have the funding capital, and I didn't have the time to fill. So I needed to do all the research that I need to do. So 2 things: not waste money and make the simplest and the least mistake that I can. So yes, I think, yeah, that's what happened.
All right, now, so correct me if I'm wrong,
Okay.
right? You have lockers where people keep packages for others to be able to come and pick up later.
Yes.
Are these physical lockers in certain locations, like physical locations? Are these packages, that you are locking, really safe from theft?
Yes, they are, especially the ones that we built for Ghana. So the ones that we built for Ghana are unique and different from all the other lockers in the world because, one, they withstand all weather conditions.
So walk us through how these lockers work.
So this is how they work. So I'll talk about the traditional lockers. So the traditional lockers out there right now, and most people are familiar with the Amazon smart lockers. So what it does is if Amazon comes to your house and you're not there, they will drop off your parcel to their lockers at a store. Then you can go pick it up later. They'll send you an email, then you use your code to pick it up in the store. How ours work is anybody can use it. So all you have to do is download the app or just text hi on WhatsApp. It's automated, so it just kicks in and the chatbot just kicks in. It works like the app. Then all you have to do is request for a PIN code. So when you get the PIN code, which is the drop-off code, you get to the locker, you push drop-off, you type in the code, a box will open, you drop off your item, immediately you close the box. The system will register that the item is in and will send a text message to whoever needs to come pick it up. And then they will get a unique code which they can use to pick it up at any time they are ready to come pick it up. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And these lockers are in countries where you operate?
So right now, the software is new. I must say we actually filed a patent for the process because and it's still pending in the US.
These are physical lockers.
These are physical lockers, but the process is new. So we only have one locker right now, which is the one at the Accra Mall. And the one at the Accra Mall is it's the pilot program to make sure the software is working right before we launch the app.
So people have to walk to these locations and drop their stuff in, and then a delivery man or a delivery woman will take it to whoever it is destined to.
Yes. So for right now, yes, people would have to walk to the lockers to drop it off. But we have in the pipeline where we will come to you, pick it up, and then go drop it off in the lockers. But so for today, you would have to go there or work with one of our delivery partners to have it delivered to the locker.
Okay. All right. So this is all IT based.
This is IT based and probably a mechanical engineering too for the lockers. So it's IT and engineering.
All right. All right. So now, how do you reach your clients? You talked about WhatsApp, but how do you market this? How do you reach your clients? How do you talk to people, potential clients?
So, well, the funny thing is, I always tell my marketing guys that I do not want to market to a bigger market yet for one reason. The software is still new, and I want the customers to have the best experience ever. And because of some of the challenges that I've seen with the software, well, previously I had seen with the software, I did not want to market it. But right now, what we're doing is, luckily, we have some online stores and shops, big ones, big names, reaching out to use our lockers. So what we are doing is we are talking to them. We're giving them what we call the API for them to integrate it with their system to generate the codes without them having to use the apps. And then for the courier companies, what we are doing is we're partnering with them. Go like, if you convince your customers to drop off their parcel in the locker, we will pay half of whatever they'll have to pay if you drop it off at their location. Normally it's like 20 Ghana, 20 cedis, and we will pay 10 cedis for them to just pick it up at any time. This saves you time. You still get your 20 cedis because we are paying for the customer, and they love it. And that's how we have about 12 to I think 15 delivery partners signing up with us.
So tell me, these lockers, are they in the shops people have to shop in? I don't get it.
Yeah.
Do they buy the stuff, walk to your to wherever your lockers are, drop them in, and that's it? Or are the lockers in the shops where these guys shop?
No. So these lockers are not tied to any shop as of right now. So our plan is to put it right outside. So the current one at the Accra Mall is right at the entrance of the Accra Mall. So before you enter the mall, you will see it.
So I buy the stuff, go to WhatsApp, your WhatsApp line,
Yes.
Chat with the chatbot,
Yes.
and say that I have this to send to this place.
That's correct.
And the chatbot gives me a code.
That's correct.
I drop the stuff in the designated box.
That's correct.
With a number, I suppose.
So for security reasons, we don't even tell you which box you're going to drop it off in. So when you get there, it opens. Surprise, surprise.
Oh, it opens?
Yes, when you type in the PIN code.
Oh, okay. So what if so many people get there at the same time?
So as of right now, because it's free, it's first come, first serve. The PIN code that you get, so wherever, it's 64 boxes. So when you get there, and I put in mine, there should be a space for you.
I mean, wait a minute. So I'm with two best friends.
Yes.
There are three of us.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We get to the box. We're all going to drop in something. You know, it's like Mother's Day. We're dropping in something for our mothers.
Yes.
And we all do it at the same time. We get there at the same time.
Mm-hmm. So the system, it takes only 7 seconds. We deliberately designed it to take 7 seconds to spend at the locker.
Yeah, but how do you know it's mine or it's my friend called B or my friend called C?
Okay, so I'm going to break the system, how the system works down. So let's take, for instance, you work at a company and you have to pay somebody. So when you write the check, it goes to the accountant. The accountant will process the check and then takes it to the CEO, and the CEO would have to sign it for the check to be valid. Same process. When you request to use a box, it goes to the locker to tell the locker that I want to use the box. The locker would then send a message to our server to generate a PIN code and then assign the box to you. So it's a unique box already assigned to you. And then you get the code. So it goes through these three processes before you get the code. So by the time you get there, you already have an assigned box.
So it's very safe.
Yes, it is safe.
Okay,
yes.
I just wanted to assure myself that it is a very safe system.
Yes.
So now let's go to the question I've been itching to ask you all this while. You know, AFCFTA is here. You have so many African countries, you know, on the same trading platform. You can, you know, sell your goods in Kenya, in South Africa, in Malawi, and people are sort of trying to find ways of sending these the wares off to people who buy them. You know, in safe and secure environments, and you're sort of offering a product that speaks to the market now.
Yeah.
How have you what's the question? Have you thought about, these cross-border interactions in terms of trade with your product?
Yes, we have. So what we consider as a success in the next 10 years, which is what we're using to measure success, is if we can trade within Africa using the lockers. So the agreement is good, but we know it's going to take probably a year or two for all 55 countries to agree to do the things they have signed to, based on what history has taught us. So right now, our main focus is just to focus on Ghana, make sure we work good and our fundamentals are strong. And then, God willing, next year, we are planning to roll out in Nigeria after we finish rolling out in every city in Ghana by the end of the year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
So I think 10 years is what I'm looking at.
You're looking at 10
years. Yeah, 10 years. So what I'm looking at in the next 10 years is the ability to be in Ghana and then buy my stuff in Kenya, and Kenyans buying their stuff from South Africa and having it being traded among those countries without having to worry about customs or worrying about the tariffs they put on the product, because the tariffs in Africa is way too much. So that's where we are looking at.
Because if they are in these boxes, in these locked boxes, you're going to have some challenges with the customs as well.
Yes, we have actually found a way around it. And what we are going to be doing before the end of the year is you will be able to be in Ghana and then shop on Amazon, eBay, Nike, and everything. And it's going to be delivered in Ghana within a week without you having to go through customs or any of that. So we have found a way. Yeah.
So I am a potential customer. Speak to me.
So if you're a potential, those we consider potential customers in this case is vendors. So you saw a product. You saw a product for 20 cedis. You deliver it for 30 cedis. I mean, why don't you sell it for 30 cedis and deliver it for free? Which means the customer is only paying 30 cedis instead of 50 cedis. So all you have to do, which is one service that will be offering very soon, is you sign up to us, and then a customer buys a product. You will get a notification that the customer has bought a product. We come pick up the product and put it in the lockers. Because mind you, they're going to be, by June, they're going to be lockers in almost every city. So you don't have to charge the extra 30 cedis to your customer. So the total cost of the product actually is lesser than what the customer originally and normally pays.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. So our time is up, and we may have to do this another time.
Okay.
Yeah. So Business PM was proudly brought to you by Ghana Exim Bank. Exim Bank facilitating Ghana's international trade. We have been talking to Godwin Ejapong, founder and CEO of Locker. My name is Prince Moses, and Business PM will be coming your way again tomorrow, Wednesday, with The Review with Emmanuel Abuajuyafi. We'll see you then. Take good care and bye. Thank you very much, Godwin.
Thank you.
Bye.
Ask you to calm down. You've got the opportunity now to state your case. So I appreciate that you're upset, but we do need for you to just state the case in a manner and a form that people will understand you.
Thank you very much. Have a cheerful and purposeful start to your day.